Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2D Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today we're going to take a look at Green Goblin. So this is the Mutagen Formula scenario. So Green Goblin was our first scenario pack, and we actually had two different scenarios, both of them with two Green Goblins, and both scenarios were very different from each other.
Oh yeah,
So
I really liked the variety that they had in them too. I mean,
yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
all right. So we're going to go over Mutagen Formula and also the recommended modules, which what did I do with it? Oh, it's right here. Okay. So stage 1A here.
All right, so unleashing the mutagen. So whenever you bring this out into play, you're gonna make sure you have Green Goblin 1 and Green Goblin 2. If you're playing in standard, if you're playing in expert, you're gonna have 2 and 3 instead. You will get the mutagen formula and the standard encounter set. Of course, you can pick whichever standard encounter set you want to use if you've got more than one of them. And then
We have a video
yeah,
of several different standards. That please see that if you want to know more about the different standards.
all right, and then you're going to get one modular encounter set, and the recommended one, and the one that we're going to go over in this video, is the Goblin Gimmicks. So as part of setup, you're going to put a Goblin Thrall minion into play, engaged with each player. So each player is going to get one. Then you're going to shuffle the deck and flip this over.
Right. So there's actually 6 Goblin Thralls. So there's enough no matter what player count.
But they are all the same.
Yeah, the Goblin Thralls are the same. So they're 1 scheme, 1 attack, 3 hit points. They come in guard, and as a boost, put Goblin Thrall into play, engage with you.
Okay, so to continue with setup, then once each person's got one of those, then you're going to put this out, flip this out to play. It starts with 2 threat per player, and it will get 1 threat each per player each round. It caps out at 7 per player. And when completed in player order, each player not engaged with the Goblin Minion must discard 3 cards from the encounter deck and put the first Goblin Minion into play discarded this way, engage with them.
And it starts with 2 threat per player and 1 per turn.
I thought I said that.
And yeah, once it reaches 7, then we go to stage 2A, which is there's some flavor text, but it just basically says advance to stage 2B. And we have the mutagen cloud here. 11 threat per player threshold. It starts with 4 threat per player, and it comes in with plus X. X is equal to the number of goblin minions, including Green Goblin himself.
Yeah, this is enemies, so it includes the villain.
Right. So yes, it's a minimum of adding 1, not 1 per player, but just 1. But for each minion, so if we got a bunch of Green Goblin minions, then that's going to count as well.
And of course, if this one's completed, like it says, you'll lose the game.
Right. All right.
All right. So the first stage of Green Goblin here, he's got 16 hit points per player. He schemes for 1. He attacks for 2. And as a force response, after he attacks and damages you, you're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme.
Okay. Then stage 2, this is the last stage in standard and the first stage in expert. 2 scheme, 2 attack. Deal 2 encounter cards to each player when revealed. So in standard, this will happen when you flip them, but in the beginning, expert, you're starting with 2 extra encounter cards.
Yeah, it's you got to get past that first round. that can be tough. We've lost on the first round a few times.
That might make Star-Lord happy, but it might not make anyone else happy. Force response, after Green Goblin attacks and damages you, place 1 threat on the main scheme. So that part's still the same.
Okay. And then stage 3, so this will be the final stage in expert mode. He's got 20 hit points per player.
Oh, I think I forgot.
On stage 2, he was at 18 per player. But he schemes for 2, he attacks for 3. Whenever you reveal him, you're going to deal 3 encounter cards to each player. And as a force response, after he attacks and damages you, you're going to put 2 threat on the main scheme. So everything just increases and it ramps up for him.
So he comes in with 20 hit points per player. So if you can set it up with the group, like, okay, let's flip him and then let's defeat him this turn before we get to the villain phase, then you don't have to worry about the 3 encounter cards per player.
But 60 is a lot. So
40 in 2 players.
Yeah, 2 player, yeah.
All right. Then the rest of his set, we've got the Goblin Glider here, plus 1 attack, attached to the enemy with the highest printed hit points, which is usually going to be Green Goblin himself. without another Goblin Glider attached. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. And as a hero action, you can spend 2 energy resources to discard this card.
All right. Then we've got the next attachment we have is Hysteria. This has a star for scheme and attack. This will attach the Green Goblin, and as a force interrupt, whenever he schemes or attacks, you give him 1 additional boost card for the activation. And then he will, as a hero action, you can spend 2 mental resources to discard the card.
Yeah, so he's gaining Claw's ability,
Yes.
basically, but also with scheming. All right. Then we got Pumpkin Bombs attached to the villain. After the villain attacks you, he's got plus star attacks. So after the villain attacks you, discard Pumpkin Bombs and take 2 indirect damage, and you can spend 2 strength resources to get rid of it.
Great. Then we've got the Goblin Knight. So this is a beefier goblin minion. He's an elite with 7 hit points. He schemes for 2, he attacks for 2, and as a force response, after he attacks you, you'll discard 1 card from the encounter deck. And if it's a goblin minion, you're going to put it in play engaged with you, so that means it's going to turn around and attack you as well. If it comes out as a boost, after this activation, you shuffle this card into the encounter deck. So if it's a small encounter deck, he's going to come back rather quickly.
Yeah. So as you could probably already guess, there's a lot of goblin minions in this deck. We had 6 thralls, and then we got the knight there. Then we also have 4 soldiers. Goblin soldier, 1 scheme, 1 attack, 5 hit points. When defeated, deal 1 damage to the engaged player. And as a boost, put goblin soldiers into play engaged with you.
Again, note that's the engaged player takes that 1 point of damage, not the person who defeats him. All right, then we've got Monster. So if the others weren't bad enough, this elite goblin has 6 hit points. He schemes for 1, he attacks for 3. And then whenever he's revealed, you're stunned. If you're already stunned, you're going to take 2 damage. Comes out as a boost. After the activation ends, you're going to shuffle him back into the encounter deck.
Yeah, so in addition to a whole bunch of minions, he also has a whole bunch of side schemes. So, Jessica Jones would be very recommended for the Justice player in this. You're going up against this. So first of all, we got Goblin Reinforcements, 2 copies. When revealed, place 1 additional threat here for each Goblin minion in play. And it comes in with a hazard, and it starts with 2.
2 copies of that one. We have got Goblin Nation. So this side scheme comes in with 2 threat per player. And each goblin enemy, including the Green Goblin, gets +1 attack. And if it comes out as a boost, you're going to put it into play anyways.
And starts with 2 threat per player. Then we got 2 copies of Overrun. When defeated in player order, each player must discard 2 cards from the encounter deck and put each goblin minion they discard this way into play. Engage with them. It's got 2 acceleration tokens, and it comes in with 1 threat per player.
Next, we've got 2 copies of Death from Above. So if this treachery is revealed whenever you're an alter ego, the Green Goblin schemes with +X scheme, and X will be equal to his stage number. And if you're in hero form, he's going to attack you with +X. Again, X is equal to your stage number.
Okay. Then we got I See You. When revealed, Green Goblin attacks you. If you are in alter ego form, do not give the villain a boost card for this activation, but he does attack you even in alter ego. And as a boost, this card gets +1 boost icon if at least 1 goblin minion is engaged with you.
All right, we've got Overconfidence. So if this treachery is revealed when you're an alter ego, Goblin will scheme, and if at least 3 threat was placed by this activation, the card gets Surge. And if you're in hero form, he's going to attack you. And again, if he does at least 3 damage, this card will gain Surge.
Okay, and then the final cards from his kit is Wicked Ambition.
2 copies.
2 copies, yeah. Discard X cards from the encounter deck where X is equal to double the villain's stage number. Each time a goblin minion is discarded this way, choose to either take 3 damage or put that minion into play, engage with you.
All right, now we're going to move on to the recommended module that comes with them. So this one is the Goblin Gimmicks, right?
Yep.
All right, so the first thing we got here is we've got 2 copies of the Goblin Glider. So this is a vehicle attachment that gives +1 attack. You'll attach it to the enemy with the highest printed hit points, which is usually going to be your villain. And then as long as they don't have another Goblin Glider already attached to them. And if you can't do that, the card's going to get Surge. And so as a hero action, you can spend 2 energy to discard this card.
Yeah, now note that it's exactly the same as the one that came in the Green Goblins set itself. So there are 3 gliders, if you play this combination.
Yeah, luckily enough, he can't have more than one, so he doesn't get one on each foot.
Yeah, but if you swap out this module for another one, then you're only gonna have one Goblin Lighter. But, all right, then we got Pumpkin Bombs. We got 2 copies. You attach to the villain. After the villain attacks you, discard Pumpkin Bombs and take 2 indirect damage. And you can spend 2 strength resources to discard this card.
Yeah, and this is just, again, just the same as the Pumpkin Bombs that come in here.
So it's just adding more to Green.
More of the nasties.
More toys for Green Goblin.
All right, then we've got Intimidation. 2 copies of this Treachery. Whenever it's revealed, you're going to choose to either spend 2 resources of any type, or you're going to give the villain a face-down boost card. Then as a boost, if it comes out as a boost, you're going to give him 1 additional boost card for the activation.
Okay. Then we got 2 copies of Regenerative Healing. When revealed, the villain heals X damage, where X is equal to double the villain's stage number. If no damage was healed this way, this card gains Surge, and then the villain heals 2 damage as a boost.
And so of note, there are a couple of villains that don't have stage numbers. If that's the case, I think it's always treated as stage 1. Isn't that correct? On the villains that don't have stage numbers, there's a couple of them.
No, I think there's 0. Actually, I don't know.
I thought they were. I think we'll double check that, but I thought they were 1 automatically.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, so yeah, that was Green Goblin Mutagen Formula.
You do it better than I do.
The Green Goblin. Yeah. So yeah, I do like this particular Green Goblin scenario is really fun, and there's a second scenario that we're going to go over, but the other fun thing that came with the scenario pack was there were a bunch of Spider-Man villains, different Spider-Man villain modules. So we really expanded Spider-Man's rogue gallery, showing up like there was like one for like Tombstone and one for like Scorpion. And, so they're like a lot of the different villains had their own modules. So you can kind of mix it in. So if you wanted Green Goblin teaming up with Scorpion or something, you could swap out the Goblin Gimmicks for the Scorpion ones, so that's kind of fun. But yeah, it's a really expanded, Spider-Man to the game. Spider-Man is one of the heroes, of course, came in the core box, and we had Rhino as one of his villains, but this Green Goblin added like specifically Spidey villains, which was kind of fun. So, all right. Well, anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go ahead and hit that notification bell down there, and you'll get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right, see ya.